I was born in the fall. And so my birthday, always a very happy occasion for me, always happened when the leaves were off the trees and the air was getting colder. And it seemed to kick off a long string of holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. It's my favorite time of year. But having a birthday in the fall is to align your start with an end. And in that way, maybe I've been out of sync with life in a way I never really thought of until, well, recently. Birthdays are exciting when you're young because they're rare and they're far apart. The older you get, the more common birthdays are, the closer together they feel. There's a trap in aging, and that is to believe that you're getting old, that you're on the downhill side of life. Of course, there's some physiological things that just happen. You don't heal as fast. It's much harder to put on muscle mass, we know this. It's harder to lose fat unless you're eating carnivore. How can my heart rate already be 146? Jeez. I always get nervous before my sprints. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I'm afraid my heart's gonna explode. But we gotta do some warm-ups. We can't just go straight from cold to sprinting. For many of us, aging isn't about the years. It's about the fake food and the chemicals we're exposed to and the prescription medicine that is supposed to cover up all of the problems that we've developed because of these lifestyle choices. I hesitate even to say choices because we were told to eat this. We were told to eat the seed oils and to build our plate based on healthy whole grains and limit our meat. So I'm doing sprints today. I'm just getting back into doing them. Today I'm gonna do probably 4 reps, full out, somewhere between 5 and 8 seconds per sprint. I'm just getting back into it. I don't want to overdo it. So I've done probably a 5-seconder and then about an 8. So I don't know how long this next one will be, but it's working. But it's amazing how fast I feel relative to when I was doing this last summer. Not this past summer, the summer before. I was over 10 pounds heavier when I was doing those, and I got instantly injured. While it felt good while I was doing it, the recovery with hamstring issues was definitely not worth it. But I did a lot of warm-up and mobility prior to this session, and hopefully that's helping as well. But being much lighter is definitely helping. And this sprint session is powered by 0 carbohydrates. I don't even know the last time I had some carbs. We exist in a modern era where food science isn't about making you the healthiest you can be. It's about making you eat as much as you possibly can. And these addictive foods, along with the very confusing signals coming from dietary guidelines, has destroyed the health in this country and most of the world. And that's why when you wake up and you come out of it and you understand that you're not a modern human, you're an ancient human in a very modern alien context. That doesn't necessarily mean the advances are bad. I would certainly rather have the hospitals and care that we have than not. I don't want infectious diseases. And I like painkillers when I'm in agony. This is still pretty damp wood. The core here is quite moist, so we're not going to be burning this year. This will go in the barn and it'll age for a season, maybe two, and then it'll burn great. But it's perfect weather out here in Wisconsin today, and great to do some little axe splitting. Now, there's a big pile you saw. I'm not going to split all this by hand. JJ at some point will help me we'll get the log splitter out and we'll do the rest of it. But I have to say, there's something extraordinarily meditative and satisfying about splitting wood. And I think it is in keeping with the carnivore philosophy, the ancestral philosophy. There's something ancestral about gathering firewood. Humans have been doing it since we've had command of fire. And there is just something in the body, in the spirit, that feels right when doing this kind of work. There is a sense when the years pile on and the weight piles on and the fatigue weighs you down, that it's inevitable and it is natural. And your doctor sees so many people come through the office who look sick. Suddenly, normal is sick. Something fundamental has to change till you wake up and realize the guidelines are nonsense and that you're an ancient human in an alien world. And it isn't designed to make you healthy. It isn't designed to make you vigorous and vital. It isn't designed to have you think clearly. In fact, everything seems to be designed for the exact opposite. And so we're anxious, depressed, tired, achy. And with all of that, motivation and hope fades. I was in that. And I am not all the way out yet. But I am so much nearer the surface of what I think a regular old human should feel like. I have seen so many people on YouTube and online who've lost 100, 200 pounds and reclaimed a whole entire life that they had thought was gone, was over. And that is incredibly inspiring. I haven't had to do that. My various struggles have been minor, but they're mine, and I live within that context, and so every improvement that I make is life-changing. And the biggest thing that I've learned, the most important thing, was that the body is not a robot that carries the thinking mind around so that it can think and think and think and think and think. And that being outside, being active, being vigorous, exerting oneself into discomfort from time to time, and then giving yourself enough time to rest and recover, is a path to healing. I had fallen into a trap several times in my life of feeling fragile, feeling weak, feeling as if I exerted myself too much that I would get injured or something bad would happen. I just didn't have the endurance or the capacity to do it. And so that prompts the mind to be protective and to do more resting and more withdrawing from life. And there is a place for that, but it isn't forever. I don't think in the long run you can rest yourself into vitality. In order to be able to move and to live, you have to move and you have to live.